What's going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and hear all the details in the case. If you're new to the fam, be sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future uploads. Let's get right into the story. Growing up in certain environments can be hectic, especially if the neighborhood you are from is active and constantly beefing or things going on. It's certain things that can happen to make an area a hot spot. It might be gang activity, a lot of trapping and money making, or just beef with another side of town. But the thing is, certain situations affect the whole community. If you are from a block and you do something hot, or you and your peoples are at war, it doesn't only affect you, but the regular people in your community as well. Meaning kids, elderly people, and law-abiding citizens who are not a part of nothing. We often hear stories of 70-year-old women getting shot or kids getting hit by stray bullets, and of course, we know it wasn't meant for them. But unfortunately, if your hood is beefing and someone comes through shooting, they are not asking who's outside, and bullets don't have a name, leaving innocent people in harm's way. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we will take it to Dallas, Texas to discuss a case of a 13-year-old boy in the wrong place at the wrong time that unfortunately led to him being gone and a man getting a life sentence. According to sources, when at the time 13-year-old Malik Tyler and two friends were coming from playing football, they were heading to a local corner store to buy some snacks. It was June 4th, 2019. The kids had just started the first day of summer. Store surveillance showed Malik laughing, joking, even dancing, just having fun, being a teen. The young man was due to start 8th grade in the fall at the Young Men's Leadership Academy at Fred F. Lawrence Middle School in Texas. The boys were in Pleasant Grove area of Dallas. The store located in the 9400 block of Brunton Road near North St. Augustine Drive. It was a black Infiniti parked right outside the store with a few men chilling inside, including at the time 24-year-old Detrail Clayton. As Malik and his friends started leaving the store and walking, chaos would break out when the Chrysler drove past the store and allegedly two men opened fire, shooting at the black Infiniti. The trail hopped out and gave chase to the Chrysler and returned fire. Malik and his friends tried to run and duck for cover as the shots were flying. That's when one of his friends, with him later stated, "I froze because I was scared, and then I started running to catch up with Malik. That's when I saw him fall. So I stayed with him. After the smoke cleared, police responded to the scene to find 13-year-old Malik shot. He was rushed to a local hospital, but unfortunately, the young man would not survive." As soon as the news hit the community, Malik's family and friends were crushed, as the young jokester who wanted to play sports and make his friends laugh was gone in the blink of an eye. But Dallas police were looking for answers back at the scene. They located security cameras and shell casings from a few different guns, so they quickly realized it was multiple shooters. Locals and police felt as though the store had been an issue and hot spot for gang activity and shootings for years. After talking to witnesses and reviewing the footage, a picture unfolded of a shootout, but no suspects were named until later that night. Police got a tip from a witness who told them where the black Infiniti was parked at, just a few blocks over, and that they drove the trail, the shooter, from the Infiniti to another part of Texas. The Infiniti was towed and searched for evidence. Police had a suspect, but the question still was, who was in a Chrysler that shot first, and whose bullet hit Malik? The next day, more information would come out. The trail was arrested, also another young man named Tyler, who was pointed out as the man shooting from the Chrysler. Ballistics and fingerprints led to police charging the trail with the murder of Malik, stating the bullet that struck the young man came from his gun. Tyler was also arrested on gun charges, deadly conduct, and aggravated assault, causing injury. Both men were held. As arrests were made, vigils and memorial services were held for Malik, and the community spoke out against the violence. Once the case made it to trial, prosecutors stated it was an ongoing beef, and Tyler shot out the Chrysler that drove past, and the trail ran out the Infinity, returning fire. Without realizing, Malik and his friends were running with bullets striking the young man in the back. They also alleged the trail was gang related and brought up his past charges, including aggravated assault, in which he allegedly opened fire on some men in front of a gas station years prior. But his lawyers and family pleaded with the judge that the trail had been shot multiple times before, and he was just trying to protect and defend himself, and the shooting of Malik was an accident, and that he had his own son to be there for. Prosecutors came back and offered a plea of 50 years, in which he turned down, and eventually the trail was sentenced to a life sentence. As he put his head down and his family pleaded it wasn't right because it was an accident. Malik's family and the community felt as though the sentence was justified for the loss of the young man. As for Tyler, I'm not sure how much time he received, if any. The only information was the feds picked up his case. Rest in peace to Malik. I send my prayers and condolences to the family. More of this story, we can't pick the environments we grew up in as kids, and our youth should be able to live a normal childhood without fearing they might not make it home. But unfortunately, situations like this happen too often. It's sad on both ends, because I understand the trail didn't mean to shoot him, but the fact of the matter is consequences to every action. Bullets don't have a name, and when you open fire when innocent people around, things like this can happen. So remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, this is a crazy story, you feel me? First and foremost, rest in peace to Malik. I send my prayers and deepest condolences to his family. I couldn't imagine, 13 years old. As y'all see in the video, Shorty was laughing, having a good time, going in the store with his homeboys. Everything seemed smooth. Now they trying to say, the trail people trying to say, well, he ain't mean to shoot him. Somebody else came by shooting, alleging that Tyler came by shooting for whatever beef they had. But at the end of the day, he returned fire, and they trying to say the bullet from his gun, that's who struck the young man. So that's how he got a life sentence, man. Messed up situation all around the board for everybody involved, but definitely for that young man and his family. You feel me? 13 years old, whole life ahead, got cut down in his own neighborhood just going to the store, man. This violence out here be wicked. It be crazy, and people don't even be understanding what it be doing to our community. Like I said, 70-year-old women getting hit, kids getting hit, people that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, that ain't in the streets. But that's how it is, man. But yeah, this is another episode of Hood Tales. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this one. It's all love, fam. This your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.